Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Testing mic 1 2 3. 1 2 3.
I'm a little bit nervous, but no, because I needed to scare him.
DA's office,
He's doing.
even though they're gonna be transitioning, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A coin. It's a little.
Oh, the
coin.
challenge?
Yeah. Did you get it?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she went to the convention.
Ready? Ready?
Wonderful.
Yes. Don't be racing, you know.
That's what.
Good evening. Welcome to the work session of the Harlandale Board of Trustees held today, Wednesday, July 16th at 6:15. It is now 6:15 p.m. at the Harlandale ISD Central Office located at 102 Genevieve Drive, San Antonio, Texas. Y a todos lo que nos miran en línea, bienvenidos a nuestra reunión de la Junta Escolar. We're now calling the meeting to order. Let's move forward with the roll call and recording of board members present, please. The vote is open. Uh-oh, there we go. Go ahead and close the votes. We do declare a quorum. We unfortunately do not have Ms. Cavazos here with us this evening, but we also, we have Dr. Castleberry present with us tonight. Thank you for being here. Moving on to item C, recording of superintendent and staff members present.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, trustees, this evening we have our Assistant Superintendent for Business and Finance, Mr. Flores.
Here.
We have our Executive Director of Operations, Dr. Hinojosa.
Here.
We have our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction, Ms. Casey.
Here.
And we have our Executive Director of Human Resources, Dr. Salinas.
Here. Thank you. Moving on to item 2. Ms. Juarez, do we have any public comment? Thank you. Moving on to item 3, information reports. The board will be presented with Bond 2022 construction progress.
Yes, at this time, Dr. Hinojosa is going to come up and give the Board of Trustees and the community some up-to-date information on Bond 2022 and construction projects.
Thank you, Mr. Soto. Ms. Vice Chair, members of the board, Harlandale community. So as Mr. Soto stated, so what we wanted to do tonight was just give an update on the multiple and various construction projects that we have going on right now throughout the district. And so starting on page 6 in your board book, that'll follow along with the illustrations and the images, that we'll have on the up for presentation purposes. All right. Thank you, guys. So on on page, starting on page 7, it shows the architect renderings for the McCollum entrance, which that's currently it's ongoing. As you remember back, the McCollum entrance project was approximately at 2.5 million. And again, these are just architect renderings from RVK who are overseeing the project. That's being the general contractor of Nunley, who's actually conducting the project and the work on it. You can see the front elevation, the front entrance, and then also just a rendering of the foyer as you walk in. And the one thing that we did ensure is that the rendering of the foyer, the picture on the right-hand side, is going to look with what you see there. The terrazzo tiling was one of the alternates that was board approved. And if you look on page 8, I believe, that is actual they're about a week and a half old, those pictures, but those are actual images from the construction site. If you've driven by McCollum High School and you've been able to peek through the construction or the fence, the construction fence, you'll see that there is a lot of work that's being done. The canopy's already been demolished, the existing canopy that was there, which is an image of the picture on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, you see where the foundation's been taken out. The earthwork has started in preparation for the grading and the site work that's going to be done. And also, you can see the utilities that have been taken out, and everything's in preparation in about a week or so to come back in and start laying the foundation for that entrance.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Soto.
Dr. Hinojosa, can you let the board and the community know about, bus drop-off and usage of that first hall?
Yes, sir. So we are making some arrangements. If you've driven by the school, so if you look at this image, the picture on the right-hand side, you see the plywood. That's the existing door for the administration office. Typically, the bus drop-off would take place right there in front of the school, and then the students would have access to the walkways that led up to the canopy area. What we've done in the meantime, through construction, is we've had a temporary entrance that's, if you're driving on Formosa going towards McCollum, on the right-hand side is the temporary entrance to the office, where, again, we're following all the safety compliances that we need to, that are state mandated and required, so we have some fencing put in. That area was the drop-off area, primary drop-off area for the students, when we did have, either they were dropping off for school, being picked up from school, or also the transition to the students that were going to Carroll Bell Education Center. So we're doing and moving through, at least through the first part of construction phases, we're going to utilize the 800, the parking lot, the faculty parking lot, and right next to between the baseball field and the 800 building, so that we will be utilizing that where the bus turnaround is, right towards the cafeteria. So we'll be utilizing that area more for drop-off and pickups until construction is over. We'll also be utilizing some of the area in the back, between the band parking lot between Terra Wells and the back of McCollum. We'll also be using it as an alternate site for some bus drop-off and pickup as well. So the arrangements have been made, and the plan is to reach out to the community and let the parents know before school starts, give them a map of what those routes will be, so then that way they'll be informed as to the changes that'll take place at least through the fall. The good thing, if I go back to the previous page, everything's on schedule, and obviously we're always overseeing the budget, making sure that we're under budget, but it is on schedule to get done, weather permitting, through the rest of the fall. That construction should be done through the first semester. So we're hoping that certificate of occupancy and all the permitting will be done in December to be able to start January, back using the area that you see there, which will be the renovated entrance. Any other questions on McCollum?
Really quick, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Ortiz.
The principal's office is gonna stay there in First Hall, and the entrance is gonna be over there where where they used to cook or
Yes,
making.
right next to the
that-
entrance, that gate by culinary. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Hinojosa, I haven't been by there in a bit, but did we lose the parking space over to the left, like that handicap area?
Yeah, so currently that's the work site. That's where the construction Connex, their workstation are out of. So we have temporarily lost it until they kind of get to a portion of, they're thinking like maybe late August or September, they'll let us have some of it back. But in terms of construction or space, if you remember, there was that fire lane that was between that parking lot and the school, the
Yeah.
front entrance. So pretty much from that fire lane towards the parking lot, it's going to stay existing, and it'll be returned back to us. But right now, it's the construction site, so materials are being dropped off there and large equipment is being parked there. So we will lose it for the first few months of school.
Do we have a new designated area for overflow parking? Because I know even before the construction, there was an issue with teacher parking versus student parking.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So what we've done, those handicaps, ADA compliant handicap parking lot spaces in that first parking lot, so we've moved those over to the parking lot that's immediately between there and the baseball field. And so the plan is just to make sure that we, as a campus and as district, do a really good job of monitoring the traffic flow through there, and then also utilize the back parking lot more than we had. So I know there's always issues with band practice to make sure we clear out that parking lot before band practice starts. So on our part, we're going to do a lot more, be a little bit more vigilant in making sure that we monitor that. So we're still going to utilize that more, refine the current parking lot by the 800 building, and then also utilize the parking lot by the softball field to make sure that we still can maintain the traffic flow and the parking.
Thank you. Any other questions, concerns? No? Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Dr. Hinojosa.
Right. So if we move on to the next project, so if you look on page, I'm sorry for that. Page 9, you see the multi-purpose arena, and if you've driven by where Shea was, right on March Street, you see that the walls are starting to be erected, and there's a lot of bracing. The pictures that you see here, the picture on the left-hand side, you see the rafters for the locker room area have already started to come up. That middle picture is would be an image that you would see from the court. That is facing that opening you see is that conference room area that will be facing the court. Behind that will be the locker rooms, the locker room section, the coach's office, I'm sorry, the officials dressing room, the locker rooms for the players in the training room. That'll all be on that side that we would be facing into. And then the picture on the far right, that is just showing the different elevations where the seating's going to go. And so all that is ongoing. Arquitectura SA is overseeing that project from our architect firm. And then also Nunley's doing that construction project. Again, that is on time. That is still within the approved budget that the board approved a year or so ago. And the expected completion on that will be April of next year, either March or April of next year, if we continue on schedule. So the current construction started in 24. We'll go through 25, and then April of next year is when is expected completion date for the arena. Are there any questions on this project?
I have a question. Was that the initial, April was not the initial ETA, was it?
No, the original one was the following fall. But now that the construction progress, the soil stabilization took place, and I believe when you had asked the question about the PSI, what actually goes in and is entailed with the testing, that went a lot smoother than they were anticipating, and so that changed the timeline. So right now they're looking at April, March or April of next year.
Any questions? Thank you.
So we move on to the next one. It's a combination. I just kind of grouped these together that they had a complex. So this would be the baseball and the softball field, the tennis court projects, and then the high school tracks. So this particular image, so all of these projects, since they're grouped together, I separated them just for visual standpoint, but they're all being overseen by Paragon General Contractors for athletic renovations. Again, these are also on time. They're well within the budget that was approved. What you see here on the left-hand side, you see the limes or the soil stabilization for the baseball field. So they do that, right, to make sure that we have solid dirt or solid earth underneath before they start laying the baseball field over it. So that's been completed. Within the next week or so, they should be coming in with a rock base, which lays the foundation for the turf. And on the right-hand side, again, these pictures are a couple of about a week or so old. So this is when they initially put the outfield fence in. And so they haven't, you're not going to see that they're cut down to size yet because they just barely installed them. So this is in progress, but they're a little bit further ahead than what this image shows. They're working on the baseball and the softball field continuously since they're next side by side. So on this one, this is the softball field. This was right before they put the lime treatment on this field, but they did the same thing on this to stabilize the soil, and then they also put the fencing for the outfield fence at softball at the same time they did the baseball field. You couldn't see it as well on the baseball image, but on this one, if you look at the dugout, it's been renovated, repainted. There was some couple little structural things that they did to that. They did the same thing to the baseball dugout, but again, you just couldn't see it as well in that one as well as you can in this one. If you look at the start and the completion dates for both of them, they're looking to have the baseball and the softball fields completed by late September to early October in terms of us being able to use it. So we'll definitely have them in time for our students to be able to definitely use them in the spring, but then also get started with them in late fall. If we were to move on to the tennis courts, you're not going to see a whole lot of progress on this one because they're letting the soil still stabilize. So these images, it was a little bit different treatment on this one than it was on the baseball and the softball field. So the tractor that you see on the right hand side, That's the soil injections that they did to make sure that they got the earth or the dirt ready for the tennis courts, concrete. Because since this one's going to have a concrete overlay for the tennis courts, they had to use a different soil stabilization than they did on the baseball and the softball field. So that you would see this here, or you might have seen it at the tracks, because the tracks also got the same type of soil penetrations to be able to stabilize it. They haven't started working on this as far as laying the concrete down, but they should start this concrete work in the next week or so, weather permitting. And again, you see this one, once they put the tennis court and the concrete slab cures, they'll be able to come in and put the synthetic surface on it. So even though the baseball and the softball fields were going to be ready like probably early October, these should be ready late August or early September. And that'll be both sets of the two, since we have two sets of three, they should all be ready and ready for our students to use right when school gets started, about a month into it. And then the last of the work for the athletic piece are the track renovations and the adding the synthetic track. So on the following page, which I believe is page 11, if I'm not mistaken, of your board book, you see the page 13, I'm sorry. You see, and again, because there's been a lot of progress since these pictures were submitted, but both McCollum and Harlandale High School have the curbs, the concrete curbs that have been put in place. The rock base has been poured on both of them. So they're about a week or so away from getting the asphalt treatment. And once they get the asphalt, they'll be able to put the synthetic turfing, the synthetic track over the concrete. And then the Harlandale High School, you can see where they've worked the D zone. That's where the field events would take place. McCollum's structure, because of the way the field is set, though that's going to have a different look. They're still going to have those same long jump, high jump, pole vault pits. They're just going to be at a different location than this particular image. Their target, because they know that we need it for football practice to have our football and band kids utilize the field. So they're really pushing on these to get them done in time for school to start. So they're still targeting, again, weather permitting, to have them ready by the start of school in August. And they've already got the rock base ready for asphalt. So they're getting pretty close to being able to pour those, because they started on these first, so they can make sure and have them ready. And so again, it should be, but since school starts the 13th, it should be right around that time in August that the tracks will be ready for to be able to access the fields. And even if the track overlay hasn't been completed where they've painted it, our students will our football and our band kids will still be able to get on it, because the tracks will be ready. They just haven't had the lines painted on them yet. But all that should be done by the time school starts.
Yes, Mr. Luna.
On those track fields, the ones both, I'm more familiar with the high school. Seemed to be like there was drainage was an issue in certain, on the west end side.
At Harlandale, yes, sir. Yeah.
What has been resolved with that?
Yes, sir. So you can't really see it. Yeah, it's a great question. It's a great point, because it really did. It happened a lot worse on that side. And in McCollum, it happened on the baseball field side. So both of those are getting addressed in terms of drainage. I've provided this other image that I'm going to reference right now on HH, so you can kind of see it. But they put in on the picture on the right-hand side where you see the concrete, where you see the gentleman working on the concrete slab. Just past that, they put in some drainage to be able to alleviate that. So that standing water that would take place, that would just kind of hold itself between the football field and the track and the band hall, they addressed, they put some drainage in there to try to make sure and funnel that back out by the building where it's supposed to go.
Any other questions? Nope. Thank you.
And again, as I stated before I move on to the last one, this is on time and still within the budget that was approved prior to construction starting. The last one was one of the items that was approved by the Board of Trustees, was recommendations from the steering committee, the McCollum entrance, and then this one. So this was, the initiative was to replace the concession stand, the existing concession stand at Harlandale High School, and also do some restroom renovations. So this, again, about a week and a half or so ago, but we're just needing, everything was done on the inside. All we're lacking is the door on this. And then we're looking at the different options for some awnings to provide some shade for that front entrance. The window has been ordered, so it'll have it's the floor plan and the specs for this were exactly like the concession stand we have at McCollum. So that same look is what you're going to see here, just not with the green and gold, right? So we needed to make sure that we kept that separate. But so that will be ready by the end of July, or for sure by the time we have the first contest. And then the restroom portion of this renovation will be something that we'll look at after this is completed, and we do have a couple of options that I'll share on HH regarding to that.
Questions?
Yes. Mr. Soto, so I'm impressed that the tennis courts are going to be available and ready. And they are UIL ready. And so we'll be able to host not only like both of our tennis teams will be able to actually play at home here fall and spring
UIL events, yes, ma'am.
and we'll be able to host district events and
Bleachers, yes, ma'am.
bleachers.
Yes, sir. That's correct. There'll be bleachers. There'll
You
be
approved it,
lighted.
ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
I'm amazed that it's August target date. I'm just amazed. And our students deserve that. And I because they would play all of their home games away. So thank you so much. And my colleagues, thank you.
To that point, Madam Chair. Ms.
Yes, Mr. Soto.
Cabinet, I need your ears here. On the flip side, start with you, Mr. Flores. The next drawdown, what are some of the obstacles that the district is facing to get, because we still have a list of things that we need to get done in this district. What is one of the major obstacles to get our next drawdown?
The main obstacle is going to be the ADA. Increasing the ADA, at least sustaining it, will help us keep the tax rate where it needs to be and pass the 50-cent test. We cannot sell any more bonds unless we are able to pass the 50-cent test. And that means we're not going to increase the tax rate more than 50 cents. The district's already at 50 cents. We have $53 million still to sell that we are able to continue the projects. But the main one's going to be the ADA. The other piece is the tax collections or the tax appraised values. Just the latest legislative session increased the homestead exemption, and although it's a two-sided sword. It's a good thing for our taxpayers, for the community, but it does hurt also on the school district side where we don't get to collect on additional homestead. The state has funded, or it's planning to fund that piece through the state side, but again, the biggest piece is the ADA.
And with that, Mr. Flores, Ms. Casey, I'm going to include you on this one. Mr. Flores, so then we were about 11,500 kids. Our ADA was about 10,100. So if we stay at around 10,150 for the next drawdown, we'll be fine. Ms. Casey, what is something that is also going to be a challenge with these new laws that our president has put in place for some of our children to enroll in our schools?
So at this time, there was some guidance. We haven't received guidance, but there was Head Start was ruled to not have any federal funds for any students who are undocumented. That also was going to extend to CTE programs and even dual enrollment programs. We haven't received guidance on that. We're going to proceed as we normally have, knowing that there could be guidance coming at a later time, and that would substantially impact our enrollment.
You know, just talking to cabinet trustees and community is we're leery of our enrollment numbers coming up because of some of these things that are coming down from the federal government. So we're going to try our best to communicate with our community and our parents to get our kids in our schools. But if you can see how it snowball affects not just student success in the classroom, but even financially. So just want to make you guys aware. And Mr. Flores will have a presentation Monday on some of these things that we're receiving, and no fault to us. One email we received was July 30th, sir, was July 30th, right before our holiday. So just to get you guys heads up.
So invite your friends to enroll in Harlandale ISD. Let them know all the great things we're doing here. Dr. Hinojosa, any more information for us?
No, that was the last. Unless y'all have any questions about it. Again, we want to thank the community, right, and obviously the Board of Trustees for the support, but the community for passing this bond when they did. You know, now it seems like a long time ago, right? But 3 years ago. But because these were very much needed for our kids, you know, our children deserve, just like you mentioned a second ago, like everybody else, right? They need. Our kids deserve the opportunity to host and play at their home sites. And I think all of these projects will lend itself to do that. So again, I mean, we've thanked the community several times, but I think we need to continue that, and the Board of Trustees as well for the support on all these projects. So,
Yes, of
yes.
course. So thank you to the community for voting on the bond. We see a lot of construction going on. We're excited to see the progress. I mean, there's really fast progress if you think about it, right? So kudos to our vendors who are working on this super fast, and, you know, to the board for agreeing to move forward with these projects. So thank you, Dr. Hinojosa. Next, agenda item number 4, the board will conduct a work session with the superintendent and staff. Agenda item number 5, the board focused on student outcomes 40% of the time in the June work session and regular board meeting. Congratulations, great job. I know it's, you know, it can be a challenge to stay on task, but we did it. Agenda item number 6, the board will review and discuss the renewals of the MOUs agreements for the 2025-2026 school years for the following agencies, vendors. Ms. Casey?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Madam Vice President and the board. We have, on the MOUs to be approved, our first one is San Antonio Education Partnership. The San Antonio Education Partnership will service Harlandale, McCollum, and STEM Early College High School. The collaboration exists to align Harlandale Independent Schools District's goals, including increasing students that are college and career ready, enrolling in higher ed, and attaining post-secondary credentials. Each school will be assigned a college access and success advisor who will provide college access and success service to students, and it also awards scholarships to students who attend partnering colleges and universities for up to 8 consecutive semesters.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Soto.
I believe there's a few of us in this dais that benefited from the SAEP. Just an FYI, and I thank the trustees for supporting and staying with this contribution to SAEP. One of the largest school districts in the city that I will not name has voted to save money not to join to get out of SAEP, and I'll let cabinet know because they're real inquisitive. But I want to thank the board support because I know for sure Mr. Moreno, myself, Mr. Resendez, Ms. Salazar, I think Ms. Casey for sure benefited from some SAEP funds. So thank you.
Thank you for that information.
Your kids did this.
Okay, and then,
Devonta's kids.
Do I continue?
yes,
Okay.
please.
The second item is our College Board PSAT and SAT School Day. It provides PSAT, NMSQT, and SAT college readiness assessments to all of our students in grades 9 through 12. Participation in these tests include PSAT 8-9, which is our 9th grade, PSAT NMSQT, which is our 10th and 11th graders, and SAT School Day in 11th grade and 12th grade. 9th through 11th will test PSAT, and 12th will test SAT in the fall. 11th will test SAT in the spring. It gives them multiple opportunities to challenge the SAT. This is funded by College Prep Budget Code, and it is a total of $78,786.90, and this is a renewal.
Thank you, Ms. Casey. Any questions, comments? No? Okay, go on.
Sorry. The final MOU is for Autism Treatment Center. The district has a student who will be enrolled in middle school level at the Autism Treatment Center. It's a private center that provides special education and related services in non-public settings. This placement is determined by an ARD once we have exhausted all of our settings that are available within our district. Currently, our settings cannot meet his need. Staff recommends going into a service agreement contract with the Autism Treatment Center for the 25-26 school year for an estimated cost of $193,969.17, funded through the general fund, which may be reimbursed from federal grant funds if awarded. and these funds may be eligible for reimbursement through TEA high-cost funds. This is also a renewal. This is this student's third year that he will be attending the Autism Treatment Center.
Ms. Casey, how much time does he have left?
He is a sixth grader.
So it'll go all the way through senior year?
Unless we see progression where we can accommodate him here in the district. We did think he was going to transition this school year. However, at the end of last year and throughout the summer, he regressed quite a bit. And so this placement is required. But every year he's evaluated. So our goal is to always serve him in the least restrictive environment and to bring him back to our district. And so that is something that's monitored throughout the year with our special ed department.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, concerns? No. Okay, thank you, Ms. Casey. Agenda item number 7, the board will review and discuss language other than English LOT curriculum in the amount of $192,176.17 and career and technical education curriculum in the amount of $142,385.95 for the 2025 through 2028 school years, funded through the Instructional Materials and Technology Allotment, IMTA funds.
Our instructional materials that are for the following courses taught in Harlandale were adopted by the Texas for the 2025 school year. For career and technical education, the courses that we are adopting for are Principles of Architecture, Principles of Business, Marketing and Finance, Accounting, Principles of Health Science, Career and College Exploration, Principles of Art, AV and Technology, Video Game Design, and Law Enforcement. All of these are either through Cengage or eDynamics or ICEV, and all the vendors meet 100% of the CTE guidelines alignment for the state for students and staff. For languages other than English, for Spanish, we are looking at Wayside Publishing for Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4, and our AP Spanish. Wayside Publishing for French 1, 2, 3, 4, and AP, and then Dawn Sign for American Sign Language. Again, all of these vendors meet 100% of the LOT Texas Spanish guidelines alignments for the state for all students and teachers. We recommend this purchase in the amount of $335,102 and with the Instructional Materials Technology Allotment Fund.
Ms. Casey, and these are all current programs. Anything brand new?
No, these are all current programs, and every so many years we have to adopt books. For this year, our 2 adoptions will be CTE and, of course, all of our languages other than English courses.
Thank you. Any questions, concerns, comments? Thank you. Next item. Ms. Casey, you're on the next one as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Our next 2 items are related. The first item has to do with 4-H. This is something that we do annually. Annually, we come and ask the board to consider and approve adopting a board resolution to approve Bexar County 4-H as an extracurricular activity for the purpose of youth participation in projects, events, and activities. 4-H seeks the adoption of a resolution to be approved and recognized as an eligible extracurricular activity under 19 Texas Administrative Code. This will also apply for academic eligibility for competitive and non-competitive purposes when an absence is required. It is something that we are actually going to review our no pass, no play in a later item. In addition to that, what we ask the board to approve is recognizing Texas A&M Bexar County AgriLife Extension Director as an adjunct staff member. This is available to us at no cost, and this individual must stay employed with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension in order for them to continue to work with our students.
Thank you. Any questions on that information? Yeah. Yes, Mr.
How
Lynn.
many students does that affect agricultural?
We do not have a current ag program as far as CTE. This pretty much we are using this at Leal. It is open to every single campus. However, it is up to the campus to determine what extracurricular activities they do. So Leal is something that has done quite a bit of work with our Texas AgriLife.
Anyone else? No? Okay, agenda item number 10, the board will review and discuss the advanced classes for No Pass, No Play for the 2025 through 2026 school year. Ms. Casey?
Yes. Eligibility for participation in UIL activities is detailed in UIL guidelines. It dictates a district's responsibility in regards to advanced courses. Districts must adopt policies on eligibility for advanced classes. Pre-advanced placement, dual credit, and dual enrollment courses are eligible for exemption. The district may also identify additional courses. The attached proposal includes advanced coursework for the 25-26 school year, No Pass, No Play. This is also something that every year we bring to the board, and it must be adopted prior to the first day of school.
Thank you. Anyone need additional information? No? Thank you. Next item, agenda item number 11, the board will review and discuss the submission of waiver to the Texas Education Agency staff development waiver for the 2025-2026 school year. Is that you, Ms.
Yes.
Casey, again? Thank
The
you.
board is asked to consider and approve the submission of the waiver. This waiver allows the district to train staff on various educational strategies designed to improve student performance in lieu of student instruction during the school year. The waiver provides a maximum of 2,100 total waiver minutes to use for professional development for the district or charter schools that provide operational and instructional minutes. This waiver is for staff development in place of student instruction. Therefore, the waiver minutes are also applicable to the staff development provided instead of student instruction during the school year. This year, the district has embedded time in the academic calendar to provide staff development. This is a waiver that we ask for approval and we have and submit. However, we have not used it. This year, perhaps we will look at this option, but currently we don't anticipate it. We are doing this just in case we do find ourselves needing to provide more staff development for whatever reason. For example, implementing Bluebonnet this year. And in that event, we will revisit the calendar, which of course would come to the board as well. We would share that change with you. And this is something that we currently will have. We will submit it, but we currently do not have a plan to use it.
Thank you. Any questions, concerns? No? Thank you. Next item, agenda item number 12, the board will review and discuss to exercise a one-year renewal with insurance company Safety National Casualty Corporation through insurance agency Insurica and agent Richard Bass for an estimated yearly cost of $57,126. The cost represents no increase from the 2024 to 2025 premium and will be funded through the district's general fund. Dr. Salinas?
Good evening. Excess workers' compensation protects the self-insured employer financially for workers' comp claims that exceed the specified dollar limit. Essentially, excess workers' comp covers all losses up to a specific amount or an unlimited amount, depending on the employer's choice. July 15th, 2024, an RFP was awarded to Insurica for the provision of excess workers' compensation insurance services with an initial one-year term from the board-approved date with 2 one-year renewal options. The recommendation, in conjunction with our Human Resources Department, the staff recommends exercising a one-year renewal option with insurance company Safety National Casualty Corporation through insurance agency Insurica and agent Richard Bass for an estimated yearly cost of $57,126, which is no change from last year. This cost will be funded through the district's general fund.
Ms. Hubbard, this was the first year we used them, correct?
No, ma'am.
No. Last year.
Insurica is our broker for excess workers' comp.
There we go.
And so they find us the best possible coverage for the best possible cost.
So this fee, it's the same from last year, no increase. And did we have to use them?
No.
Perfect. Thank you. And did we have to use them like any claims?
We did not.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Any other questions, concerns? No? All right, thank you.
Thank you. If no other questions, I would like to point out the invitation flyer at each of your seats. Thank you.
I guess, Madam Chair, I know
Yes,
when we
Mr.
were
Moreno.
discussing during the budget how Mr. Soto referenced the emphasis on the incentive and us thinking of potentially, scaling back a little bit. But obviously it works. So kudos to the team, Mr. Soto.
Yes, and Mr. Moreno's alluding to, the safety initiatives that are coming from HR and Ms. Beverly. So, as we said, our employees do enjoy that perk and stay healthy and safe.
So free turkeys for everyone? Let's do it again this year, guys. Agenda item number 13, the board will review and discuss the teacher evaluation and support system, T-test appraisal calendar for the 2025-2026 school year. Dr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Vice President and Board of Trustees. Each year, the board is required to adopt the T-test appraisal calendar. And as standard practice, the first 3 weeks of instruction and days before or after a holiday are excluded from the appraisal calendar. We are asking for the board to approve the 25-26 T-test appraisal calendar as recommended by the superintendent. This is to ensure compliance with section 150.1003 of the Texas Commissioners Rule and board policy DNA legal. This is found on page 28, 29, and 30, and they're just different versions. One's a calendar and one's written out for our administrators.
Thank you. Any questions on that? Concerns? No. All right, agenda item number 14, the board will review and discuss T-test appraiser for 2025-2026. Dr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Each year, the board is also required to approve the T-test appraisers. T-test appraisers are fully certified and trained in the T-test evaluation process. T-test appraisers include all current and future 2025-2026 principals, assistant principals, and academic deans. And this pool of appraisers are also available in the event a teacher requests a second evaluation. We are asking the board to approve the 25-26 T-test certified and trained appraisers as recommended by the superintendent.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions? Nope. All right, moving on to agenda item number 15. The board will review and discuss RFP number 250811, Advanced CIPA Compliant Content Filtering Service, E-rate, for the purchase and installation services to Central Technologies, Inc. The total estimated cost of $114,980 will be dual funded as follows. $103,480 to 90% by the Cybersecurity Pilot Program E-rate and $11,498, 10% from the district's obligation through general funds, contingent upon approval of E-rate funding. This is a 36-month contract. Ms. Martinez?
Yes, good evening, Madam Vice President, members of the board, and Superintendent Soto. In the fall of 2024, the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, announced a highly competitive grant opportunity for schools, libraries, and consortia. The FCC had established the Schools and Libraries Cybersecurity Pilot Program that was to defray the cost of cybersecurity services and equipment. Data gathered from the pilot program participants will help the FCC evaluate whether and to what extent it should use universal service funds or telecommunication fees to support cybersecurity needs for schools and libraries going forward. Harlandale opted out of joining a consortium and instead prepared its own application. Our proposal established a clear need for cybersecurity support, included a well-defined plan for utilizing the program's resources, and the capacity to effectively implement and manage the cybersecurity project. Most importantly, our plan is replicable, which aligned with the pilot program's goals and objectives. On January 16th of 2025, the FCC released a public notice announcing the selected pilot program participants. Harlandale is one of approximately 500 school districts nationwide to have been selected. The next 4 agenda items support the cybersecurity pilot program and are federally funded at 90%, with the district paying only 10% of the total cost. These are all 36-month contracts which span the pilot term. RFP number 250811 is the purchase of an advanced Children's Internet Protection Act compliant content filtering system. After comprehensive evaluation of content filtering solutions submitted through the district's competitive RFP process, we recommend Content Keeper provided by Central Technologies as the most strategic and operationally sound option for Harlandale. Content Keeper has a unique hybrid architecture which combines the scalability of a cloud-based filtering with the policy control of an on-premise infrastructure. This enables network-level protection without requiring agents on individual devices, allowing us to protect students, staff, and guests who connect to the district network but do not use district-issued devices. Proposals for RFP 250811 for the purchase and installation of the advanced SIPA-compliant content filtering service were opened on May the 27th. After posting a notice in the Heartbeat and inviting 1,364 vendors on the district's online procurement portal, 5 vendors responded. Upon reviewing the bid, Central Technologies provided the best value and the lowest overall price for the district. So staff recommends that RFP 250811 for the purchase of an advanced SIPA-compliant content filtering be awarded to Central Technologies. The estimated cost is dual funded. 90% or $103,482 will be paid by the pilot program, and 10% or $11,498 will be paid by the district under the general funds. This is a 3-year contract. We went, just as a side note, we went 3 years because it was a better cost and because we'll get the money up front and we don't have to worry for the next 3 years if there are budget cuts at the federal level. So this way we get 3 instead of 1 year at a time.
Super smart. Thank you for that. Any questions?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Moreno.
I guess, Ms. Martinez, just to be kind of clear, if you could help us understand, is this more so just to filter out like unnecessary sites that are not conducive to learning?
Yes, the Children's Internet Protection Act requires that we have a content filtering system in place. It allows us to apply for federal funds, not just us, but every department in the district. And it does that, but it protects against malware, protects against viruses, things like that as well, phishing.
Yeah, because I guess the big thing is, when the kids use their own devices, and I know obviously there's a law now, right? But our kids like to use VPNs. And so that's how they get away with being able to get on our internet and then use TikTok, use Instagram, Snapchat,
Yes.
But obviously we'll have something in place with that. But is that going to also assist?
Yes, because it is an advanced filtering system and it's cloud-based, it'll protect even if they're not logged into our network. And it protects against even like if we have vendors or visitors that come in, filter them as well and protect against anything that may be on their local device. So.
Any other questions, comments? That was a great question, Mr. Moreno. Thank you for that. Agenda item number 16, and that's you as well, right, Ms.
Yes.
Martinez? Go
You
ahead.
want me to just continue?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So RFP number 250812 is for the purchase of an advanced identity protection and authentication system. So after a comprehensive evaluation of identity protection and authentication solutions submitted through the district's competitive RFP process, we recommend ClassLink. It provides a single sign-on and multi-factor authentication, ensuring secure and streamlined access to our digital resources. This reduces the risk of potential unauthorized access and data breaches. With ClassLink, excuse me, users can access all their applications and files from a single dashboard. This eliminates the need for multiple logins. Additionally, the platform provides robust analytics on app usage and login activity, allowing administrators to make data-driven decisions about software licensing, user engagement, and security monitoring. ClassLink integrates with a wide range of educational tools and systems, including Google Workspace and Microsoft 365, making it a scalable solution that grows with the district's needs. Proposals for RFP 250812 for the purchase and installation of an advanced identity protection and authentication system were opened on May the 27th. After posting a notice in the Heartbeat and inviting 465 vendors on the district's online procurement portal, 7 vendors responded. Upon reviewing the bids, ClassLink provided the best value and the lowest overall price. Staff recommends that RFP 250812 for the purchase and installation of an advanced identity protection and authentication system be awarded to ClassLink. The estimated cost of $142,815 will be dual funded with the cyber security pilot program paying 90% or 128,533, and Harlandale paying 10% or 14,282 through the general funds. This is also a 36-month three-year program.
Thank you. And this is our first time using,
It's our first
it would
time-
be our first time.
Our first time using ClassLink. We currently use a program called Rapid Identity that is when we were kind of forced to use it because they bought out the company that we were using. It's been difficult working with them, and they're not education, and so ClassLink is really purely education. And I get emails from CNI and our librarians about ClassLink every day. So
Thank you. Okay, we have the next item as well, right? Go ahead.
So RFP 250813 is for the purchase of cloud application monitoring and protection services. So again, after comprehensive evaluation of cloud application monitoring and protection services, staff recommends Uncommon X. Uncommon X offers an agentless discovery of all network assets without requiring software installations. This ensures real-time visibility into every connected device and system, enabling information services to monitor and manage the entire digital environment effectively. Uncommon X uses AI-powered analytics to prioritize and address threats before they escalate. They're vendor agnostic and easy to deploy. The purchase includes a 24/7 security operations center staffed by cybersecurity experts who act as an extension of our team. They provide continuous monitoring, threat detection, and incident response, ensuring rapid containment and remediation if and when needed. So our proposals for RFP 250813 were opened on May the 27th. After posting a notice in the Heartbeat and inviting 435 vendors, 7 responded. Upon reviewing the bids, Optimus Tech Services provided the best value and the lowest overall price to the district. So staff recommends that RFP 250813 for the purchase and installation of a cloud application monitoring and protection solution be awarded to Optimus Tech Services. The estimated cost is $64,750, but the cybersecurity pilot program will pay 90% or $58,275, leaving the district 10% or $6,475. Again, this is a 3-year contract, and it will be paid through the general funds.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Optimus Tech Services, this one as well, if approved, it's our first time using this one.
It will be the first time using them. We've met with them, and we had several demos, and staff was impressed from the first demo, and so they were pretty excited that they actually won the bid, and they came in actually really low compared to the others. Some were in upwards of 700,000 for what we had asked. But they were crazy, so we didn't do that. Well, we didn't even look at that one.
So, Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Moreno.
So if I can circle back to the RFP 250812, because I don't know if it's similar to the a situation I encountered recently when it came to my single sign-on or signing on to my email here. I had a new device. So usually when you get a new device, you have to get it authenticated. And that's kind of what we're trying to support, is ensuring that nothing kind of filters in, right? So is it going to be a seamless transition for those that do bring, like, I know your phone is pivotal to everything that you do on a campus, from a custodian all the way to administrator. So will it be where they have to log into the network, they have to go through IT, all that stuff, or could you get us a better understanding of how that will work?
So the first time, people will have to actually log in and authenticate. But once the device is trusted, then after that, so it's a trust issue. Basically, system wants to know that you are authorized to log into our network. So the first time they will have to log in. After that, it remembers, it'll log passwords, it'll log credentials. So the only thing that they'll have to do is actually log into ClassLink, and then everything will be there for students and adults as well.
So is ClassLink like Clever?
ClassLink is like Clever, yes, sir. In fact, Clever was also submitted a proposal, but they were higher.
So in essence, it's like You have your HMH, your resources that you utilize for the school, for the campus. You just log in, the kids, you just tell them, go to your class link, and then they can't say, I don't know how to log on, sir. I don't know what to do, because it automatically, once they're logged into the Chromebook, everything's linked up. So try not to have any of your friends or families try to say, oh, my kid can't access his stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
they should be able to. So
We,
thank you.
we were excited about ClassLink, and I know Miss Casey was as well, because they are partners with Bluebonnet, and since that is going to be our new curriculum, that's going to be fairly seamless, and so we were excited about that. They were the only one that had that feature at this time. The others are working on it, but they're ready.
That's nice to hear. Thank you. And you also have
Yeah, one more.
item 18. Go
Okay,
ahead.
So the final request is for RFP 250814. This is for the purchase of a patch management system. Unpatched software is one of the most common entry points for cyber attack. A patch management solution ensures that security vulnerabilities are identified and resolved quickly, reducing the risk of malware, ransomware, and data breaches. Unpatched systems can lead to system crashes, application failures, or degraded performance. A patch management solution helps maintain compliance by automating updates and generating audit-ready reports. Manual patching is time-consuming and error-prone. Automated patching ensures system stability and uptime. Patch management platforms provide a central dashboard to monitor patch status across all devices and applications. This visibility will allow information services staff to prioritize critical updates and ensure consistent security across the network. A patch management solution automates the process, freeing up staff to focus on strategic initiatives rather than routine maintenance. Proactive patching helps avoid financial losses, reputational damage, and legal consequences. Proposals for RFP 250814 for the purchase and installation of a patch management solution were opened on May 27th. After posting a notice in the Heartbeat and inviting 1,192 vendors, 3 vendors responded. Upon reviewing the bids, MGT Impact Solutions provided the best value and the lowest overall price to the district. After a comprehensive evaluation of patch management systems, staff recommends RFP 250814 for the purchase and installation of a patch management solution be awarded to MGT Impact Solutions. The estimated cost is $160,875. But again, the cybersecurity pilot program will pay 90% or $144,788, leaving the district with 10% or $16,087, which will be from the general fund. Again, this is also a 3-year contract. So in total, for all of these items, the district will receive $483,420 worth of products and services, and the district's obligation will be approximately $48,342, again, for a three-year period.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, my question again, if approved, this is our first time using this one, correct?
MGT is the first time that we've used it. They have merged partnerships with a company that we've used for many years, and so we're semi-familiar with them. But as MGT, this would be our first time. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, concerns? No. All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Martinez. We always appreciate you, giving all this technical information that I have no idea what it means, but
Say yes.
but I'll learn.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 19, the board will review the administration recommendation and in accordance with SB 401 to opt out of allowing homeschooled students to participate in university interscholastic league activities, UIL, in Harlandale ISD. Dr. Enosa?
Yes, Madam Chair. So, members of the board, so for this particular item, we will be recommending and seeking approval at the board meeting. Approval of this would comply with SB 401, which would allow us to opt out of having students that are not enrolled in Harlandale Independent School District to be able to participate in UIL sports as a member of Harlandale Independent School District. So if we don't do this and are not able to approve this recommendation, then the homeschool students would be allowed to participate. So by approving this, we opt out of allowing them that opportunity. So they would have to participate in another school since they're not enrolled in our school district.
Thank you. Any questions?
Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr.
So
Lim.
in layman's terms, I was writing down, we as a district are not open to having homeschool students participate in HISD teams, correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
That's what it means. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Ms.
Uh,
Ortiz.
Excuse me, Mr. Soto, is this the first year that we opt out? Or was last year the first year that it was mandatory?
We haven't had that practice here at Harlandale, but now it's required by law to get board approval.
Okay, so my second question is how many children were homeschooled last year? I got that question last year, but they were in Southside ISD, so
We
So
can
I-
provide, usually we run Mr. Flores, usually we get PEEMS to run us where some of our students are at. If we could run that again, it's nothing that you're asking us to create. We do look at where some of our kids do go. And we have a homeschool section to let us know how many are homeschooled. But there's not many here in our district that are actually homeschooled, but there's a handful.
So we're talking less than a dozen kids?
Miss Casey, about 10. I got pretty good memory, but I'm getting older. What?
I mean, what I can tell you is we're required for like the SAT, we are obligated to offer that to them. And we've had one student come test it probably in the last 10 years. So I don't know many that have asked to access that information. We know when kids are going to homeschool, but that doesn't necessarily mean they live in our district. They were just enrolled here and then they went to homeschool. That's all we can track. Otherwise, we don't have a record of who in our area is actually being homeschooled.
And athletics, UIL, Ms. Ortiz, trustee, I don't believe many have even asked Coach Martinez for us to even consider that. But this is by law for the board, for it to come in front of the board now.
Any other questions?
There we go. Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Mancha.
Sir, do we foresee any kids being homeschooled in the future now with the new policy that they're trying to pass where they can choose their school?
Great question, sir. I do see an uptick in the state of Texas. Now here at Harlandale, I don't know if it's going to impact us as much as some other areas. Hoping not, but we can keep track of it. It's something that we probably need to keep better track of to see if some of our kids opt out and they put down, because they have to code themselves when they leave us. As Ms. Casey said, is we don't know if they never came to us, if they moved in and they never came to us and they get homeschooled, but when they come to us and enroll on us and they withdraw, they fill out what they're going to do. You know, some of them out of country, out of state, another district, and homeschool. So we can keep track of that, sir.
Thanks, sir. The reason that I'm asking is because I have a few friends on social media and they've been kind of pushing for this to happen so they can homeschool their kids. And they live in our area, so that's a big concern to me. You know, because I've been trying to convince them, I said, are y'all prepared to be able to handle what it takes to homeschool? So I'm just concerned with that.
Yeah, Madam Chair, if I may interject.
Yes.
So a lot of it too is you're going to have a lot of every now and then you'll have people that are a little upset, disappointed, or disgruntled, and they'll say they're going to take their kid to homeschool or whatever, but they have to actually provide proof. And a lot of times it does impact us because then they're considered and coded as leavers, and then we're dropouts and we're not able to find them. But a lot of times they'll do that and then they just come back to the campus. And so I know with the law that passed, they were looking at potentially it being where they count towards us, but I don't think that part of the legislature went through. But I know they were providing avenues to give, parents that opportunity to to have it, but I don't know how it would actually go with our funding formula to support us actually having to provide some resources to them as a homeschool student. So I guess we'll just have to keep monitoring that within the legislature in the next session that they have. And I don't think it's in the special session either, so we should be all right then.
Any other questions, concerns? No. Thank you. At this time, we will not be going into agenda items 20 and 21. We're going to move these items to the August 6th special call meeting. So we'll move on to item number 22, adjournment. Does anybody want to make a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Yes, Ms. Ortiz,
I move that we adjourn.
second.
I second.
Thank you, Ms. Salazar. All right, so let's open up the voting here. Louis, you want to leave tonight or not? All right, voting is now open. Go ahead and close the vote. Yay, we get to go home. Motion passes. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.